Friends, it's taken me a few days to get my thoughts together to make this video. And in doing so, I've gotten kind of backed up on my knife reviews. Look at this. I got 5 knives sitting right here. 4 of them are case, one's a buck. And that kind of, gets my point across of why I'm making this video. Is 75% of the knives on this channel now have become case knife reviews. 75% of the knives we buy are case knives. And I'm going to get into that here in a minute, but before we do, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it to any of your friends who might like similar knife content. It really helps the channel out when you share it like that. Thank you. Alright, so those that have been with the channel from the beginning know that we didn't have case knives. We had ZTs, we had Spydercos, other more tactical style knives. Even our fixed blades, they weren't even bucks or case. They were Spydercos and other brands, more modern manufacturers. The Spyderco Para 2, that's my favorite all-time EDC knife right here. And this represents what I carried at the time. I carried large 3.5-inch blades. A 3-inch blade was small. This Spyderco Dragonfly was tiny, and this is actually the first knife I made a video about on YouTube. It was that little Dragonfly right there. This one here, this is a 3-inch Spyderco Para 3 lightweight, and this is my all-time EDC rated knife right here. I rate this #1 for EDC out of all the knives in this whole box right there. Great knife. Check out the video. It's one of my older videos, but it's pretty cool. This is one of my first videos that took off when the Spyderco Military 2 came out. This is it here. This was the original Military 2. Came out last year before they started coming out with the different steels and handle colors. ZT 0452 carbon fiber. This is a great flipper. 4-inch blade on that. I mean, these are the knives that started the channel. Alright, but somewhere along the way, we got kind of sidetracked into the case knives. And, one of the reasons is, there's some beautiful knives that they make. They're very attractive and unique. Check out this canoe. It actually has, I don't know if you can see it, but etching on the blade of a little canoe on there. What a great knife. It actually has bone stag handles. Gorgeous, huh? And, that's what case knives are about. And there's so many different flavors and new colors that come out all the time. And you can't say that about Spyderco or Benchmade. They just don't have a lot of unique stuff coming out all the time. And I started looking for other U.S. manufacturers, that might be similar to case. Some of the subscribers told me about different brands of knives. So I started checking them out, and I came across some of these, I'll call them BS knives, with their blades that just don't look good. They don't function right. They got sharp edges, and the pins are protruding. The bone scales, if that's what you want to call them, look like they're plastic. And they're just not a useful shape to them. And I gave them a poor rating. I advised my subscribers, don't buy these knives. They're not worth it. Not at the price you're paying for them. I said they should be about half the price of what they're asking for them. But I caught a lot of slack on that in the comments, and some of the other channels, they mentioned the fact that they thought they were great. And what a great value they are, and they're buying these things up like crazy, but not me. I have nothing to do with them. I don't want them. I mean, if I can spend the same amount on a case knife and get better quality, I get rounded edges, I get a rounded spine, I get a useful blade shape that cuts good, it's got purpose to it. It's got the heritage and the DNA from 100 years of refinement behind it. That means a lot. Along with the case badge itself, that little shield on there, that little case badge. If you're a collector, that adds value just by itself right there. You pull out a knife that's BS brand, nobody wants to buy that. You pull out a case, hell yeah, their ears stand up and they pay attention. You know, they want to buy that knife. They want to look at it at least, right? And they are gorgeous. Case knows how to make a beautiful knife. All right. Also, look how these blades, see how they're nestled in there nice and tight? You know, you got a nail nick right where you want it, right there. Okay? And there's the one on the back. Look at that. They're perfect. Easy to open. That blade doesn't have to stick out. Look at this blade on this BS brand knife. Sticking halfway out. Somebody said that's what so you can get a hold of it. No, you don't need it sticking out like that. That's not a knife's design. A knife should be designed with the blades nestled down in there nice and deep where you can get it in and out of your pocket easy. All right? Now check out the scales on this. The beautiful, deep bone scales. And you take that and you compare it to the other BS brands, and they're skinny and they look like plastic. Look how these have that white layer in the back. You can see where it's been stained, how it takes the color, and they're uneven. It's more of a natural look. These the other BS brand, it's more like a costume jewelry. These are more like a gem. Look at that. They're like an emerald. That's the perfect word, emerald. Look at that. That is gorgeous. It's almost translucent in the way that they've stained these bone handles and the jigging compared to this plastic thing here with pins sticking out. You know, not the case. Look at that. And we got brass liners in there, right? And that's supposed to protect your blade. You know, you close that down and that hardened steel hits that soft brass. That's to protect it. But once again, see how the blades nestle in there and they don't stick out like the BS knife? You know, that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to slim in your pocket nice and easy. And, you know, that's a well-designed knife. It's got heritage. It's been around. They refined it, and it works. And it's beautiful. You know, talking about beautiful, look at these things, huh? They're gorgeous. I'll say it. This is probably the fourth time I said it in this video. Case knows how to make a beautiful knife. That's why they're so collectible. And they come out with new colors all the time. Look at this. This one's like an orange. It actually has little green specks that make it even look more like a real orange. This is a deep hunter green here. You know, a perfect jigging on it. Look at that. Even these synthetic knives. Let me grab this one here. All right, this blue synthetic, $30 knife right there. It's gorgeous. For a synthetic plastic handle, I think it's nylon handled. Look at that. It's contoured, it's smooth, it's rounded, no hot spots. It's got a great skinning blade on it with a nice point. You know, this is what a knife should be. Not some knife with some weird blade on it that you don't know what it was designed for. It doesn't cut because it's got too much meat behind it. You know, that's just a blade that somebody said, oh, that looks good, let's sell it to the masses. No, you want a blade that's designed and been worked and is tried and true, you know? Like these sod busters here. You know, these are in the 30s. Even the large one is only around 40 bucks. Great knives. You know, there's no reason to go spend 50, 60 bucks on some no-name brand when you can get an original case knife with a better quality, better fit and finish. You know. And then the other thing is check this out. Check this lizard skin, big old Panama trapper here. This is an extra large trapper. Well, here's the little Stockman, mini Stockman that goes with it. Alright, and we also have a sod buster. My point is Case does these patterns where you can get a whole family of knife. If you're into collecting, that's huge too. That's another reason to have that Case badge on there. Is the collector ability means that your investment is going to hold its value or increase and not go down like those other no-name brands. But there's also some high-end brands out there that are making very expensive slip joints, all right? And they're basically trying to redesign the wheel and put modern components and modern shapes into you know, older style knives, and I just don't feel like they're getting it right. Every one of them I look at, it just doesn't look right. And once again, I mean, some of them are selling for over $300. And this little $40 pin right here, to me, I mean, it looks right. Even though this is a cheap synthetic model, it's carbon steel, and, it's got the right contour, it's rounded spines, just everything just is symmetrical and looks like it's got purpose, where I'm just not seeing it in these other companies, these modern companies, these new companies that are making slip joints. Alright, don't forget about this hobo. Look at this thing. Comes apart into 3 distinct pieces: spoon, knife, and fork. It's got those beautiful stag handles, and just a gorgeous piece. Comes in under $120. Check out the nice little leather pouch I got for it. Paid another, I think, $10 for that. But gorgeous knife, I don't see anybody else making something of that quality. Alright, so we're talking about money. Alright? Money. Everybody says case knives, well, they're expensive. I should get better quality for what I pay. Well, you know what? This knife is $30. Show me an American-made knife for $30. This one, I think, was almost $70, but it's got a lot nicer bones on it. This big old Panama trapper here. This is a large 2-bladed knife. Gorgeous lizard skin on it. It's got that clip point, got the spay blade. But this blade here, I love this blade. Look how it's rounded on the spine. But that baby was only $85. That big old Mondo blade, huh? That is a great deal. So, can't say that's too expensive. That is more than fair. These copper locks, they're beautiful knives. This one with its JohnKlahr, I think I paid in the $60 range for that knife. A little Congress, $50 knife. That might be a little expensive for a little knife. Same with this Pocket Hunter. That was $54, $56. 2-bladed knife, though. So you get 2 knives for the price of one. Same with this Peanut. It's a $50 knife, but 2 knives in one, so $25. Now, Spyderco Manix 2, lightweight, $120 knife. Para Military 2, $200 knives these days, and plus, even this little booger right here, that's $80. I mean, I highly recommend it. This little Dragonfly 2 is awesome knife. That's why I made the video on it. But it's $80. So that's more than I paid for most of the case knives that you see in my display. What about this one here? This thing, this was over $300. And you know what? I was kind of disappointed in it. It's got too much meat behind the edge. Doesn't cut worth a damn. Kind of cool. But it's just aluminum and steel. No pretty bones on that, is there? Just machine work. A CNC machine, right? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ahead and lay out the prices of all the knives here on this table. And let's start up in the left hand corner. So even the Civivi Star Flare at $85, Chinese knife. Alright, the Buck at $49, that's a good value, but you can get a big old sod buster for the same price. The Benchmade Tagged Out, that's a $180 knife. How many sod busters can you get for that? Even the Spyderco Grasshopper is $32. Manix 2 is $117. The $150 Spyderco Para 3 lightweight, $272 ZT0452 carbon fiber. I already mentioned the Protect Malibu. How many of those peanuts can you get for? You can get 6 knives for the price of that one knife. Or 3 of those big old Panama trappers, Spyderco Para 2, I mean, over $200 for that Micarta one there. I did mess up on the price on that hobo. That should be $120, not $25. Don't know why I did that. But anyway, you don't get all the modern stuff like you would on this ZT. But remember, this ZT is $275. Yeah, 4 inches of Great primo quality blade steel, but there's nothing wrong with the blade steel on the case. This here, the Ultimate EDC in my book, yeah, it's great, but it is $150 these days. Prices has just skyrocketed on all these knives. You can get that case hobo that turns into 3 separate pieces for the same price of this Spyderco Para 3 lightweight. How many sod busters can you get? You can probably get a sod buster, a Congress, and a peanut for the price of that knife. You can get 3 knives in your pocket versus 1. What's a better value? The case. Alright, look at these beautiful knives, right? Look at that. 4 beautiful knives for the price of that 1 aluminum knife, right? I'll take these 4 case. Case beats again. Alright, look at that. 3 for the price of 1. 3 for the price of 1. We can do this all day long. Here's 2 for the price of 1. But anyway, that's my opinion. Once again, I'm not an expert at all this. This is just my opinion. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you subscribe. I hope I didn't offend anybody. I just wanted to express my opinion about case knives. Thanks for watching. Everybody be safe out there. Check out my knife giveaways. I got almost a new giveaway every week. Alright? Have a good night.